Welcome to another October edition. What can we cover this Halloween season? Somewhere we visited that we can give you a description of? The Hinsdale House. What is this? It is a haunted Hinsdale house located in Hinsdale, New York. If you're wondering where that's at, it is along the New York PA border. And it's really out in the middle of some fields. So the Hinsdale House is located near nothing in particular, except ghosts. It must be near some ghosts. Look it up. They have a website and the ability to tour it. We ventured our way up there and did a visit for you to get a preliminary look because Timber Adventures likes to do those things. And we hope you like our videos and subscribe for more content. Now the Hinsdale House has history, that's for sure. That history dates way back to the Native American history on the land, because they are the first peoples. Then came some settlers pushing westward, and eventually where it's at today. Nearby, you have some interesting locations such as the Allegheny State Park, where I covered in a short video on Thunder Rocks, and you also have the Seneca Nation of Indians. The Seneca tribe of New York has a long and rich history in the area, and I strongly encourage anyone in that area to visit the Seneca Iroquois National Museum, located in Salamanca, New York. I could cover some details here or maybe a different video, but I would rather have a representative of the nation tell you their history and tradition, who wants to listen to it from a white European import. Visit the museum, experience it firsthand, and learn and help diversify your mind and others' minds regarding their traditions and their history. Now the Hinsdale House. It's said to be the most haunted house in the New York State. I visited, I toured it. Gotta give credit where credit is due. The owner really did a fantastic job of setting up the house with furniture, wall decor, everything you can think of to date this house to 1970 as it appeared when the hauntings were happening. And if you're experienced 1970s housing decor, it's pretty freaking frightening. What's scary other than the 70s decor? Well, the inside was a copy of how the house looked, with the same exact furniture and other items that were there in the house in the 1970s. At that time, it was the dandy house. They were the family that was terrorized. Here's a fraction of terror inside, which led to the house getting cleansed by a priest, not an exorcism, but a cleansing. Let's clear that up. They experienced apparitions, poltergeist activity. There was a psychic visit where he stated that at least 7 people were murdered. There's a bit of history to this story as well, and this may have some credence or not. They experienced some strange sensations while there, strange smells, sounds of course, and all of this haunted the family to the point where it became unbearable. There are also some stories of possible cryptids in the area, shadow people on the property, seeing of lights and UFOs, colored lights in the woods. There's a tree that they visit, the hanging tree, which has tells that you can find out when you're on the trip and tour. There's possible burials located on the property, possible murders by innkeeper brothers during his stagecoach days. I'm not throwing out any spoilers as this info is already out there for you to peruse. For those that really want to experience the possible paranormal, this is your chance. So this monumental restoration and reviving of this home was done by Daniel Klaus, the owner, paranormal investigator, and I believe a producer as well. Very talented and very dedicated. I'm not going to give away much terror stories, as you should visit yourself and get the full experience of the actual haunted tales from the terrified dandy family experiences. It'll be the details, the nitty-gritty stories of the terror that the family experienced. They've also used various investigative devices, and you'll get to experience that as well. You can buy tickets online, schedule a time to go on a tour, and even an overnight visit and investigation. They have it all for you, and the funds go to the continued upkeep and restoration process of this house. You're helping Daniel out. I do not know Daniel, and I'm getting no kickback from plugging this particular location. A couple things that I would like to point out of respect to the situation and location. The Hinsdale House is located near the Seneca Nation of Indians, and with the proud history of the Native Americans in the area, there was first the mistaken rumor that the house was built on a mound. This is not true. There's additional information that is provided as to saying that there's burials on the property, which may be true. They have located anomalies with ground-penetrating radar, but that doesn't mean that they're Native American burials. As a friend of mine found out when breaking ground for a garage in a county, they came upon a settler, an early resident of the farm. His remains were reinterred in a happy place in a peaceful means, and they followed all the proper procedures of contacting those who needed contact and having it assessed. So this is not unusual to run across these things at times. Finding an anomaly can be any number of things, and burials are indeed one, but it doesn't define it as being a positive identification for a Native American burial. It could be a settler, or it could be an undead structure, such as a stone, an obstacle that's buried, etc., any number of things. I know that they will do the proper thing, and it is well done with respect and honoring at present time, too. They presently treat those suspect areas with the respect that they would deserve if it was indeed a burial. Did I experience anything abnormal? Not that I can say. The only bizarre thing that was in my experience was my digital camera died, and I got a message, exhausted batteries, which I've never had on the camera before. I just put my camera away and used my phone. When I left, I turned on my other camera and it worked fine. Spooky. Anyway, check it out online. See if you're up to the terrifying task of visiting. And happy October.